Hello, Chris Sexton here. Got an interesting phone call from Dave Mullins, AK Mullen, on the forums. It would seem that Rob Cherry was having some interesting bench test results with his X7. Knowing that I run the same setup, Dave and Rob PM'd me, and Dave actually called me and asked me to do a bench test to see if I could verify it on my machine. Basically, the scoop is we're running these new Savox 2271 Cyclics and 2272 brushless tail high volt servos. Rob and I are both running them on a Beck rather than a flight pack and then a receiver pack. And basically what Rob told me was on the bench he noticed that with a lot of fast pitch pumps he was having some brownout issues, and he's worried that it may be a design flaw with the servo. And since these are so new and the only other people we know running these servos are using RX packs, they asked me to do a quick bench test and see what mine were doing. And I have to say I'm a little concerned at the results. As you can see here, with no load on the blades, it's no problem at all. Now watch what happens, and I'm going to try to do this without being in the camera. Watch this servo right here, my aileron, left aileron servo. I've got my hand on the blade applying a little bit of pressure. See that servo stop? Now if I give it a few seconds, no load, it eventually comes back. Slowly but surely, it comes back and it catches up. But needless to say, I think we might have a bit of a problem with our Savox servos here, guys. I don't know if it's a load issue, if it's a brownout, because these guys are so fast. These guys are rated at something insane. I don't have the box handy. Like 0.06 seconds at 240 some ounce-pounds of torque at 7.4 volts. They're ridiculously fast and torquey, but I think it's sounding like Beck may not be enough. Now JC is running the same servos on his X7, which is why Rob and I went with them. I figured if the way JC flies, if he could beat the crap out of them, it'd be okay for the rest of us. But yeah, that's scary to say the least. Now I'm running, just as a point of reference, I've got Savox SG brushless, SB brushless 2271 Cyclics, SB-2172 brushless tail with a Castle Creations Beck Pro. I have this set at 7.5 volts. I know Dave was going to run his at the full 8.4 because he's already rated on a 2-cell LiPo, which fully charges 8.4 volts all day long. But I set mine at 7.5 just to be in line with the specs. I mean, I'm not a crazy 3D pilot, so, you know, 0.06 is plenty for me. But I don't know. I think I have a 2-cell 2200 milliamp RX pack. My Beck is already set up to pull off the series with a LiPo in with Dean's. I think I might just bypass my Beck and try this 2-cell LiPo and see how that does. But you guys with these running these Savox servos, you may want to think about that. I'm seriously considering biting the bullet and either putting on some brushless Fatabas like I put on my Furion 6, or I might just say the heck with it and do what I started to do the first time around and get the Outrage 9180s. I do, you know, speaking of that, I'm pretty sure Rob Cherry's running the 9188 on his tail. I'm not sure about that, but I know he has the same cyclic servos. Him and I have talked about it. yeah, that's unfortunate. You can see now it's caught up and working just fine. Under load, it's beautiful. Under no load, excuse me. But you get any kind of load on it and hard pitch pumps, lots of fast reversals. It's stalling. Gonna make me think twice about flying this guy tomorrow. I may have to eliminate my Beck and re-bench test it again and see how it does with the flight pack. RX pack, excuse me. That's really unfortunate. I guess that might help me fix my weight issue though. These Hyperion 4200s are a little light. Great flight time for my sport flying, but they're a little light. I'm a hair tail heavy, maybe 50 grams, 20 grams if that much. So maybe I'll move my ESC up and plant my RX pack on the front and try it again. I don't know. I'll play around with it tomorrow and see what comes up. But I told Dave I would post whatever I came up with, and man, I'm afraid to say I was hoping I wouldn't see the same thing that Rob did. Just getting comfortable with this bird. Now I'm going to ground her again until I figure out the servos. Just a heads up, guys.